scrolling through LinkedIn again this morning, and guess what I stumbled across?
Go on.
It was yet another work from home poll.
Nice.
I know, shock horror. Can you believe that? I've only seen 79,000 this week, so it's actually reducing. But like the work from home amount of polls that I've seen, including the hybrids. Let's not forget the hybrid
too.
Yeah, you can't just work from home or from the office. Yeah, how many days a week would you go? I've had enough. It's too much. Welcome to Viral Recruiters, where we help recruiters, directors, owners, and marketers with their marketing. Everything that we talk about should bring in more candidates, more clients, more consultants, and everything the recruitment agency needs. I'm Rich Gibbard, founder of RecBound. Hope you enjoy the show. Right then, so in this episode, what we want to talk about is polls on LinkedIn. My esteemed colleague Dan is there. He came up with a good pun as we were talking through.
Any polls a goal?
Any polls a goal. It's not a Polish person, but can we say that? Might have to chop that bit out. Yes, any polls a goal. The problem, right? So it's all about polls. The problem with polls is 2 years ago, in the middle of COVID, everyone was working from home. Nobody had much to do apart from get online and frantically sell or code or whatever it is that you're doing. And so polls were a relatively new feature on LinkedIn in that people wanted to engage with.
Yeah, see what other people are asking.
Yeah. And whatever happened to LinkedIn's algorithm, it meant that one vote was shared to... So if, say, for example, I wrote a poll, and that poll is, do you want to work from home today? Answers yes or no. If you voted saying, yes, I want to work from home, it would tell all of your connections that you'd voted on a poll.
Yeah.
And so LinkedIn, the reach from a poll was fantastic because you get a couple of votes and it gone to everybody's network very, very quickly.
I feel like that kind of ended with COVID, no?
Yes, because with COVID, when people started actually doing some work again and furlough stopped existing and all things like that, what happened is that people stopped voting on polls. Coupled with two things, people abused the polls.
Yep. What
sauce would you like on your sausage sandwich today?
Do you prefer jam or butter on your toast?
Butter? But yes, I get you. But yeah, I do prefer butter. Maybe with some jam, strawberry, then raspberry, then marmalade, then underneath marmalade, honey. Honey's nice, but it's too sweet for breakfast.
Or other, please comment below.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Do you know what? That's right. If there are other toast condiments that you prefer with, I'm not open, I'm not closed, I'm up for ideas on everything, really.
Do you think people do polls too often on LinkedIn?
Yes. When they're valuable, it all comes down to positioning and how you want to be seen across your market. When polls are valuable and they share genuine thought-leading questions that require an answer, or they require some kind of topic that's happening in the market right now, then polls are valuable and I see some around it. What I don't see is working anymore is the polls that are done, tried, tested. People have had enough of seeing, and we take the piss out of the work from home polls, but we've seen it 1,000 times.
It's overdone.
So used sparingly, I think that they can be very, very valuable. Overuse them, and then they become a bit of a...
It seems a bit beggy, I think. I think it's like you're just trying to get attention from anywhere you can. Yeah,
I'd say so. Yeah, it's please be my friend. Please, just like my poll, and then I'll be your friend forever. So I think that's the problem. Basically, that's the problem, is that people are overusing polls, and the stuff that they're used for polls has not been...
I mean, what makes a good poll, though?
I think what makes a good poll is that it attracts the candidates and clients that you want to speak to. So purely from a recruiter's point of view, a good poll is a poll where it is valuable, it adds professionalism, it is exactly how you want to be seen by your market, it engages in the conversation and engages with your community, engages with your connections. That's what a good poll does. And so if you are talking about any topic that your market is talking, they're the good polls if you're engaging right at the heart of the community.
What to say?
So just on the back of that, I've seen some polls where, well, do you know what? It might only get 50 votes. It might only get 100 votes. But the votes are from tech leaders, or they're from high-end developers,
People
or from exactly that, CROs, VP sales, you name it, founders. They're the people that you want voting on your polls. Just because it doesn't have 1,000 votes doesn't mean it's a crap poll.
No, I think a lot of the time when people are posting polls and things like this on LinkedIn, it's posting without purpose. I think there's no actual end goal to why you're posting this online. It's just, oh, right, I need to post something today. What do I need to do? Right. Okay, who wants to work from home today? And it's pointless. It doesn't do anything for you. It doesn't help anyone.
Yeah. So a good idea is when you're getting off the conversations with candidates or clients, or you're speaking to people within the market, and they are generally what happens is if they're moaning about something, it probably means that everybody else in the market is moaning about something as well. And so you start talking about what it is that they're talking about. You ask the questions that they're asking you. Now, it's specifically with recruiters, you are allowed to talk about salaries. You are allowed to talk about bonuses. You are talking about, because that's quite often what people are talking to you about, but make it specific to your market.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you were to say just generally, do you think you're paid enough? Everybody's going to turn around and say, no, I'm not paid enough. But if you are, let's say that you're working in, you're placing salespeople, and their salespeople are in the US, and and you're selling, let's say, a form of technology. Let's say you place salespeople in the US and they sell cybersecurity solutions.
Yeah.
If your poll is around cybersecurity salespeople, great, happy days.
Yeah.
I think that kind of stuff works. And so that's where I think, in terms of just how recruiters can make it relevant to their market, is just make it more specific and tailor it to the niche that they're focusing on.
You need to know your market.
Absolutely.
So how often do you reckon you should be posting polls?
Very good question. I don't think I'd do more than one a week. Like one a week maximum. Just because any more than one a week, it kind of like ruins the engagement of the previous polls, really.
Oh, yeah?
So as in, if you were to, people who overpost, like 3 times a day, 4 times a day, 5 times a day, but the way that LinkedIn works is you don't actually get to see the first one before you see the second, third, or fourth, fifth one. So just post one a day. We'll save that for another episode in terms of how frequently you should be posting what you post about. So make sure you subscribe, make sure you listen, like that. Producer likes that one, so there you go. But yeah, how often should you post a poll? 1 a week max, 1 a fortnight is probably ideal, but make sure, as long as it's relevant to your market and it is good in that it gets your own positioning out there of how you want to be seen. If you want to be seen as somebody that talks about work from home, what sauce and what you had for breakfast, and if you're going to be watching the World Cup, then fine, that suits you. But I strongly suggest, for the long-term good of your own recruitment brand, is that you post polls once a fortnight that are relevant to your market.
Yeah, definitely. Have you got any other tips or tricks on polls?
Yeah, Joe, do you know what? Sometimes people don't know what to write about. And so there is a few good tools in terms of writing out there. So Jasper.ai is quite a good tool for coming up with topics about what to talk about.
Oh, yeah.
So I think it's free for a certain amount of words, and then you have to pay, and it's like 20 quid or whatever it is for something to work. So either way, what I'd be doing is using tools on the internet to go and help you frame some questions, put some questions out there. And hopefully, just remember, it's not about the number of votes. You don't need thousands of votes. You just need the right people voting on it. And they're the kind of things that work. And that's why Jasper's pretty good at coming up with ideas for that stuff. So what I want you to do is, if you enjoyed this, make sure you hit the subscribe button, comment below. If you do see any polls that are absolutely awful, tag me in them so I can sneakily laugh and chortle behind my microphone. But otherwise, like, subscribe, comment, and catch you on the next one.